Okay, you see this guy down here? He tried to get me kicked out of a public building for photography because he told me one of his employees felt unsafe. Her life was in jeopardy. Well, I went back to Grace the following week and asked her, did you say this? What happened? You felt like your life was in danger? And she looked up at me, and it's in the recording. I never said such a thing. So what we got right over here is Randy Crider creating a false police report to the sheriff's department. Yes, sir. Now, this next guy we're going to look at is Bill Pritz. He's a principal over at Kemp Elementary School. And I was in a meeting with Shay Thomas and Bill Pritz. I was complaining about my son getting bullied. And they were annoyed and pissed off that I was doing it. I was a concerned parent and they wanted nothing to do with it. And then Thomas Shay said, "You want your kid to have a good time, don't you?" So she threatened me that if I kept on complaining, then my son wouldn't have a good time. Well, Mr. Pritz here was smiling away, telling us, hey, we just need to be positive. One of these new wave things of being positive. Now, this next one comes up is an interesting case. She's considered a manipulator. What she did, she watched one of the videos online and felt that I was going to murder her. Now, it was no different. She was than any other video that was up there. So she called the murder investigator, and the murder investigator gave me a call. And I told him exactly what was going on. I have no what the hell idea what she's talking about. But you see, this is what these people do. They have to come up with a false narrative and put you in a bad light. Otherwise, they're going to start looking bad quick. And of course, nothing was done about it. And, but this is the same lady. When my son got hurt at school, she was instructing my son to say he was okay to me. Get this straight. This principal, Gursky, was trying to manipulate my son into telling me he wasn't hurt, so he wouldn't have to go home. This is the mentality of a pedophile. They try to manipulate a kid's words and ideas. That's the mentality of a pedophile. And she's at the Cobb County Chem School right now. I can't imagine how many kids she's going to hurt this year from her lack of empathy, or malice towards students. And if you ask a lot of other students, they all say the same thing. She's mean, she's mean, she's mean. Well, you know what? They're kids and she's the principal, but there's a little bit more to it than just not liking the principal. Mrs. Feldman. This is probably one of the most dim-witted people you meet. As long as she has her snacks in front of her, she's happy. And she's just dumb. She's not a very good person. And she loves to play the victim. She'll go ahead and neglect the kids, and then she'll try to play victim, saying she has too much work to be done. It's a sickness. If you're not capable of doing the job, you need to step down. We're dealing with kids here. But that's not how these guys feel. They feel that they got too much work to do. It's not their fault. And if the job is too much for them, they should be able to do the job. It's the administrator's fault. Above them, they gave them the job. And they come up with everything, just to get out of doing wrong. But here's Feldman. Jamie Frost. Now, Jamie Frost is Top Gun over at Campbell Elementary School. What she says goes. Her truth is the only truth. And she has a police force that does not need proof or evidence that anything that she says is nothing but from the Creator himself. Her word is divine. Her will is absolute. To question her is evil and arrestable. Not to mention, she gets paid more than double the national average salary for her position in administration. Throughout the whole country, double. Try to figure that one out. How'd she accomplish that? How'd she accomplish getting double the pay? And instead of dealing with the issue at hand, she went ahead and tried to trespass me from the Kemp Elementary School. This guy here, the sheriff of Cobb County, he has jurisdiction over the school. I've been trying to report crimes against children to his departments, and they refuse to do anything about it. Even as early as today, recently as today, I tried to report crimes against children. They ignored it, said it wasn't their job. I'll figure this one out. But we did see Randy Crider and the sheriff and the the district commissioner all having a meeting with Brannon and his bunk buddy there, lying through their teeth. Well, here's a news story coming up from Channel 2 News. It tells a very interesting story about Cobb County, where statistically, with a school this size, you should be getting around 800 events of bullying every year. And that's what was happening. And all of a sudden, it dropped down to, double digit, 20, 30 incidents. And what the news uncovered is that they just changed the name. If it's a cat, it's a dog. If it's a dog, it's a cat. If it's a man, it could be a woman. If it's a woman, it could be a man. You're not wearing hair, you're wearing a hat. They changed the terminology. And they underreported. They need to do this to get those high salaries. Like I said, double the national average. Well, she wouldn't be getting that double national average if she got poor statistics. And they are fudging those numbers. And in doing so, hurting children, putting children's lives in danger. But their image and their paychecks are more important, I've been saying this all along, than our kids. Something needs to be done. You need to call Cobb County School System and ask questions and ask why this is happening at your school. They should be able to answer you. Don't be disrespectful or anything. Call them, ask them. Because it's still going on. You need to act. Call, ask questions.
Channel 2 Action News investigates bullying in Cobb County schools.
Parents are considering lawsuits against the district, saying that school leaders betrayed them.
Those families told Channel 2's Sophia Choi the district is fudging the numbers and not taking action.
We started getting calls after our last investigation on bullying, and I promised our viewers I would stay on top of this very serious issue. Take a look at this graph. In 2014, the district had 616 reported bullying incidents. Now take a look at this dramatic drop, 86%, with only 85 incidents reported in 2018. Cobb County Schools wouldn't talk about it, but we spoke with parents who say these numbers are intentionally misleading.
I do feel really targeted.
Jorge Santa says he's still recovering emotionally from a bullying incident. His father says school leaders dropped the ball when two older students attacked him here at Harrison High School last year. Santa says it started with teasing and stealing his lunch. Then it turned violent.
They walked up to him and sprayed him in the face with aerosol string. That, in any book in the state of Georgia, is simple assault.
Once he pulled that silly string out and sprayed it on me, there was no thinking. It was just self-defense from that point.
Santa says one of those who attacked was a known bully at school. It's the same teen involved in a June incident at this park. Police say he admitted to shooting a Paulding County teen in the eye after first lying about it. This is a school discipline report. We counted 22 incidents.
He was bragging about how he was 18 and he owned a shotgun.
David Thompson says the same student bullied him.
Then he said, "What would you do if I went to your house with a gun?"
Despite that threat, Thompson says school leaders did nothing.
Shut up. That's the message, is take it.
They are intentionally misleading parents allowing kids to go to school where they're not enforcing bullying, putting lives at risk.
Attorney Mitch Scandalakis represents Thompson, Santa, and a growing list of other families.
They've got something to hide here.
He says Cobb County stats showing an 86% drop in bullying over a 5-year span is absolute nonsense, especially when you see other school districts with a much smaller decrease. The drop started in 2014, the same year Chris Ragsdale became superintendent. He wouldn't go on camera, but the district sent this one-sentence statement. The Cobb County School District takes every report of bullying seriously, and we strictly adhere to federal, state, and district guidelines concerning these issues.
They're changing the game here. They're changing the rules. They're not enforcing bullying. And the way to not enforce bullying is to take a bullying incident and call it something else.
Neither Thompson's or Santa's incidents are counted as bullying. Parents say the school calls them misunderstandings.
Without exception, it was always an excuse. The bully didn't mean it. The bully didn't know it was going to hurt.
In Santa's case, he says he got in trouble for fighting back, not the bullies. The DA dropped the charges after hearing from student witnesses.
There is something going on here with this school system when these schools are reporting 0 instances of bullying.
That 0 instance of bullying at Harrison High is what made the Santas move to this area.
Slowly, I started seeing that there is a pattern. They are hiding it.
They're not even willing to even admit that it is a problem. You know, statistically, they're golden.
Somebody's either going to commit suicide, somebody's going to shoot up the school, or somebody's going to fight back.
Jorge fought back, but the next time he might not. He told me after getting arrested, Jovita and Justin, he is even too scared to defend himself.
And so what about the bully or the kid who allegedly bullied him?
Well, he graduated, so he is no longer at Harrison High School.
All right.
There is a lot.
Now here comes the infamous Sgt Jones. This is Cobb County property. This man has absolutely no brain in his head. He's saying that he trespassed me from Kemp Elementary a few months back, and I've been fighting it since. And the thing is, now when I went to go file some reports over at the police building, now they're saying that I'm trespassed from all of Cobb County property. And I told the cop, no, I wasn't. And the video is there. My proof is this. When Sergeant Jones here gave me that unlawful trespass and told me it was for Kemp, he left me at the superintendent's building. He didn't ask me to leave. Nope. Not only that, I went back several times. And then I went back to the police building several times. So, it shows you that they're lying. If I was trespassed from anyone on that property, I would have been arrested. But the video, the evidence, the proof, shows the last reason why they kicked me out of that office was a lie. These people are lying. They're protecting child abusers, pedophiles, and everything else under the sun. Take a real good look at Buford. Buford Jones. That's Buford Jones. It'll help us all. All right, guys. First, thank you all for coming. Videos will start to get better. I need you to like. I need you to subscribe. Watch the whole thing. I need comments. And I need comments. Anything that you could do to help, we greatly appreciate it. If you want to donate $1 million to my PayPal account, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not. I'm going to let you do that because that's your kind of generosity. Now, there's another couple that are going to come out. I'm just laying down the players in the game. These people are covering up crimes against children. The news uncovered them, and they're still doing it. The proof is there, people. Cobb County School District in Georgia. Thank you. Thank you for coming in.